Hello, boys and girls. This is Auntie Morgy, and this is going to be a little bit different than normal because I have never done a video before. I have never read a book online before, and I am currently in my own bedroom because I'm not feeling well myself. No, I don't have the current virus that's going around, but I'm not feeling well. So I decided, because I have lots and lots of time in my hands, and you guys probably do too, I'm going to go ahead and read you a book. And this is actually one of my favorite books. There is a whole entire series of these awesome books that I have been collecting for years. And they're called the Serendipity series, and they're by Stephen Cosgrove. So we're going to go ahead and read one that I thought was perfect for today. It's called Hucklebug, and it's written by Stephen Cosgrove, illustrated by Robin James. And the moral of this story is, even though you have chores to do, home is still the place to be. So let's go ahead and start with this book. And as you might notice, I do have a couple friends here because they they just make everything better, don't they? Okay, so let's go ahead and open this one. Dedicated to every tiny living thing is the dedication on the inside. So that's to all of you. So, on a bright spring morning in a small village of hucklebugs in someone's backyard, Barry Hucklebug was born. There was nothing different about Barry. He was ordinary and fun-loving. For months and months after Barry was born, he played with the other bugs of the village. They would play hide-and-go-seek and hucks and robbers. There's a picture. Every day, Barry was called before the mayor of the little village. "Barry," he said, "you are of age now, and you must work as the others of the village do. Food for all must be gathered by all." "Me," said an unbelieving Barry. "But I don't want to. I want to play with my friends. I want to run and play in the sunshine." Sternly, the mayor looked down at Barry and said, "Everybody must work in this village, and you are no exception. Please start tomorrow morning. That is all. You may go now." Oh, he looks so sad. Sadly, little Hucklebug walked back to his playmates. But since the mayor's news, he didn't feel like joining his friends. So Barry sat in a corner and pouted. "What am I going to do?" he said. "The mayor is picking on me because I'm small." Suddenly, an idea came to him. "I'll run away and live by myself. No one will bother me then." With that, Barry went straight to his room. He rummaged through his butterfly wings and old bumblebee tails until he found his yellow bandana. Carefully, he laid it on the floor and began packing. He packed his hand-knitted antenna warmers for cold winter mornings. He packed his favorite red t-shirt with a big bold gold bee. And last but not least, he packed his new orange sneakers for special occasions. Then Barry tied his bandana into a big careful knot, threw it over his shoulder, and slipped away from the village. Ooh, let me open that properly so you can really see. There you go. The further he went, the happier Barry became. There were beautiful flowers all around him. He saw forests of silver blue grass and a blue sky overhead. What do I need of that old huckleberry village?" He laughed brightly. "Out here I have everything I need." And snickering, he added, "There's no one here to tell me what to do." Once or twice he came upon some of his fellow bugs gathering food for the village. As soon as he saw them, he would quickly jump behind a tall weed. From there he laughed and sneered at them, for they had not thought to run away. There he is. I might actually redo this one later. Let me hold that right. After a time, Barry came to a rise in the path. Creeping slowly to the top, he discovered a furry caterpillar crawling along. Down below, he saw a giant's house. "Wow!" exclaimed Barry. "I bet it would be a lot of fun to go down there." Just then, the caterpillar turned and frowned at the runaway. "If you're thinking about going down there," he grumbled, "I'd think again." Laughingly, Barry twisted the caterpillar's antenna together. Then he raced down the hill to the huge house below. "That dumb caterpillar didn't know what he was talking about," he said. "No one can tell me what to do." Let me make sure that I didn't miss this. Okay, there we go. He ran, jumped, and giggled onto the lawn, and there he found the most amazing toys he had ever seen in his entire life. There were gigantic squirt guns and mammoth baseball gloves, which were large enough to live in if he wanted. He saw a beach ball that was at least 100 miles high. Huckle felt as though he had found Hucklebug heaven. Get a good shot of that. There we go. He looks nice and comfy, doesn't he? Barry climbed to the top of the beach ball and began bouncing up and down. He was doing flips and jumping so high that he didn't hear the door of the house open. That the door of the house was open. Some giant kids were coming. Let me try that again. Some giant kids were coming out to play. The beach ball went flying. Barry went flying. The kids were playing kickball. Barry picked himself up from the cold grass. "What was that?" he asked. Slowly he turned, and for the first time he saw the giants. "Wow, they are big, but maybe I can play anyway." With that, he ran over to join in their fun, but the giants didn't see him. Barry dodged from side to side. He managed to avoid getting squashed by shoes as big as his house in the Huckleberry Village. "Hey kids," he shouted. "Can I play too?" The giants were so busy laughing and giggling that they didn't even hear him. Just by chance, one of the giant boys spied Barry standing in the grass. Carefully, he leaned down and he looked Barry right in the eye. "What a funny-looking bug," he said. Then he called to his friends to come and look at Barry. Now, let me tell you, Barry was a little scared. In fact, he was a lot scared. He wanted to run away, but the giants blocked his path. Ooh, big shoes. With a mischievous grin, one of the giant boys pointed his squirt gun at Barry. Barry caught a full blast of water in his fuzzy face. He was really scared now, and he started to run away. Every place he turned, there was a giant trying to step on him or to catch him. Scrambling over a leaf and under a twig, Barry tearfully made his escape up the path. Aw, he looks so scared. Whoops. Puffing and panting, he saw his way back up to the top of the hill. The old caterpillar was still trying to untie his antennae, so Barry untied them for him. "You are right, Mr. Caterpillar," said Barry. I shouldn't have gone down there. I'm confused, and I don't know what to do. It was a mistake to run away from home. Now I'm ashamed to go back." Barry leaned against a toadstool and began to cry large purple hucklebug tears. The wise old caterpillar smiled a little smile and said, "Little Hucklebug, if you have learned from your mistake, it is not a mistake but a lesson. As you grow older, you will make other mistakes, but never be afraid to admit them. Go home now and do what needs to be done. Always remember the lesson that you've learned today." Barry wiped a tear from his eye. Then, thanking the caterpillar for his kindness, he headed home to the Hucklebug village. And there he is. He walked through the beautiful flowers in the forests of silver blue grass. Entering the village, he bravely marched up to the mayor and said, "Mr. Mayor, I'm really sorry for running away. I've learned my lesson, and it's a lesson I will always remember. I promise I'll never run away again." The mayor patted Barry on the head and told him that he was forgiven. Since he had run away, though, he would have to work an extra day as punishment. Then the kind mayor smiled and told Barry to play for the rest of the day. Barry Hucklebug gleefully skipped away to join his friends at home. And there he is, skipping. And here's the main part of the moral. Mistakes are always mistakes, or so I've heard them say. But if it teaches a lesson, the mistake will go away. So I hope that you guys enjoyed the book. And if you like me reading this, I might actually do another one sometime. But thank you for listening. This is Auntie Morgy signing out.